Yeah, I'm going to go live anyway. All right. Welcome back to WMMA Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson, and welcome to episode 99 of the WMMA Scene Report, regular show where we go over everything going on in the world of women's mixed martial arts, news, reports, previews, rankings, updates, a little bit of everything. 99, only one away from the big 100. I'm trying to do something special for that. We'll see if it ends up working out. Anyway, let's start where we always start off with the weekend results. First up, we're going to, I believe this is in Poland, for Fight Exclusive Night 34. There was actually like 3 ladies bouts here, but 2 of them were like celebrity bouts. So we're just going to go with the main one here at bantamweight. Ekaterina Shekalova defeated Jamila Sandora via submission due to rear naked choke. 4:43 of round 2. Shekalova climbed to 6-1. Sandora fell to 5-1. Shekalova is definitely a bantamweight to keep an eye on. I think within the next year or so, she's probably UFC bound. Contender Series should definitely be looking at her for the Contender Series, because everyone knows UFC needs bantamweights, and she's pretty good. She's a finisher too. Then over at CFFC 96 on Friday night, Laura Gallardo defeated Helen Peralta via split decision at strawweight. Gallardo climbed to 4-1. Peralta fell to 3-2. It's a close fight. And then on Saturday at MMA Series 33 in Russia, had 2 ladies bouts. First up, Victoria Sklyarova defeated Diana Vorobyova via submission, minute 43 seconds of the second round. Sklyarova climbed to 3-3. Vorobyova fell to 0-1. If you're making your pro debut against someone who's already had like 5 fights, you probably should not take that fight. You're basically being fed to someone. And then at featherweight, Maria Artyukina defeated Golnizik Omarova via TKO 4 minutes 11 seconds of the third round. Artyukina climbed to 5-3. Omarova fell to 3-1. I want to say both of these fights are up now. The full fight videos are up at the WMMA subreddit. It's like reddit.com/r/WMMA, something like that. So you can go check them out. This one actually wasn't that bad of a fight. And, you know, Omarova, she's on the left-hand side there. She's only 18 years old and gave a pretty good account of herself against a bigger fighter, too. I mean, she definitely – neither of these two are actually featherweights. But I would say Omarova was definitely the smaller of the two. But go check them out. Then Saturday night at CFFC 97, had a women's strawweight title fight in the main event. Okay. Sorry, Topology had the fights out of order. Elise Reed defeats Hillary Rose via TKO due to elbows, 4 minutes 57 seconds of the second round. Reed climbed to 4-0. Rose fell to 5-3. This is a darn good fight while it lasted. You definitely want to check this one out at UFC Fight Pass. Elise Reed at only 4-0 looks to be a legit prospect. I mean, like her last 3 fights, she was in against more experienced fighters, and all 3 times going in as the underdog and comes out the winner. So you definitely want to go check out this fight and keep an eye on Elise Reed in the strawweight division. And then Sunday morning at Pancrase 321, Nori Date defeated Emiko Raika via unanimous decision. Date climbed to 4-4. Raika fell to 11-8. I'm calling this one an upset. I mean, okay, Emiko Raika she's actually on the wrong side of her 40s. She's like 46 years old. So she's no spring hen. But if you would have asked me before the fight went down who'd win, I probably would have said Raika. But Nori Date surprised me. She used to fight at strawweight, I think, too. But now she's at flyweight for this bout and pulled a bit of an upset there against Emmy, the more experienced and I would have said better striker, Emiko Raika. So good on Nori Date. One of the other Date girls, Karen Date, fights later this month at Pancrase 322. So keep an eye out for that one. So that is it for the weekend results. So we move on into the news for this past week. Let me fix my screen here. All right, first up, per her Instagram account, atomweight Monica Choklakova has signed a multi-fight deal with Octagon MMA, which is based out of both the Czech Republic and Slovakia. You might remember Monica. She was my submission of the year winner for last year. Debuted as a pro in Bellator at atomweight, defeated Jay Durand via the Scorpion Crush. So very interesting win there. It's also, I think, the tallest atomweight at 5'7". Then Babylon MMA 23 goes down later this month, June 21st in Poland. They added a bantamweight bout. Rosa Gumiena coming in at 3-1, taking on Vladlina Yavoskaya coming in at 6-4. So nice bantamweight bout. And then Bellator 262 goes down July 16th. Added the flyweight bout between Juliana Velasquez and Denise Kielholtz. Actually the flyweight title bout. Some of this news is a little old. I'm making up for the past 2 weeks here. So Dana White Contender Series on October 12th as the flyweight bout. Silvana Gomez Juarez coming in at 10-2, taking on Maria Silva coming in 6-0. Now, Gomez Juarez, she's also supposed to fight next weekend on a Fight Pass card. Not sure if she's still going to be on that or not. And then UFC 265 goes down August 7th. Has added a flyweight bout. Victoria Leonardo coming in 8-3, taking on Melissa Gatto coming in at 6-2. Do not be surprised if this fight gets canceled or it changes. I think Gatto has yet to make her UFC debut, and she's had like 3 or 4 fights scheduled and has withdrawn, I think, from all of them for various reasons. So do not be surprised by that one. Then UFC has an event going down August 14th, added a flyweight bout. Taylor Santos coming in 17-1, taking on Mandy Bohm coming in 7-0. Talked about this one on Sunday night's live stream. You know, Bohm is going straight from the bantamweight top 10 to taking on a top 15 UFC fighter in Taylor Santos. And this is a good test for both of these fighters. Then Road FC 59 goes down September 4th in Wonju, South Korea. Added the Atomweight Championship bout for the vacant title. Jung-Hoon Park coming in 7-6. She's taking on Yuri Shim coming in at 5-3 in a rematch. They last fought each other in December of 2019. And then FAC 9 goes down July 30th. Apparently going to be on Fight Pass. They're having, this is either an atomweight bout or a strawweight bout. It didn't specify on the IG post. But Elle Wagman coming in 2-0, taking on Natalie Salcido, making her pro debut. And then, UFC event on July 24th is going to feature not sure what weight class this is at exactly, but it's Sajara Eubanks taking on Priscilla Cachoeira. Now, I believe Sajara was supposed to fight Carol Hossa this weekend, and then Carol Hossa pulled out due to injury, I believe. And so now she's taking on Cachoeira next month. And then Octagon 25 goes down June 19th, so weekend after next in the Czech Republic. Added a bantamweight bout. Marta Valacek coming in 4-3, taking on Rizlan Zoek coming in at 4-2. They're also trying to schedule like a few other ladies bouts. Like they named a couple of the fighters, but no opponents for them as of yet. So we'll have to see if those stay on the card. And then Dana White Contender Series goes down October 19th. with a strawweight bout between Valeska Machado coming in 8-2. She's taking on Piera Rodriguez, the current LFA champ, coming in at 6-0. I believe Machado is a former atomweight, so she's going to have a tough bout there against the LFA champ Rodriguez. Then UFC has the event scheduled for August 21st. They added a bantamweight bout. Bea Malecki coming in, taking on Josiane Nunes. I made a community post about this one. I forget how tall Malecki is, but like 5'9", I think, and taking on Nunes, who's like 5'2". That's going to be an interesting stare down. And then, let's see, PFL 6 has been announced for June 25th, the second event to feature the ladies' lightweight division. It's also the last regular season bout for PFL this year. Added the lightweight bouts. Kayla Harrison taking on Cindy Dandois. Larissa Pacheco taking on Elena Kolesnik. Genia Fabian taking on Julia Pajic? Taylor Gallardo taking on Laura Sanchez. And then Caitlin Young taking on Mariana Moraes. So basically, it's all of the winners from the last one taking on all of the losers from the last one. So basically, already seeding the playoffs before they even started. Because you got to remember, the winners get certain amount of points towards the playoff rounds, the tournament rounds, and it seems like they're already basically seeding them in the regular season. I'm not a fan of this style of matchmaking that PFL has been doing. So, but that's a subject for another video. Then Bellator's 260 goes down next week, June 11th. They added a flyweight bout. This just got added, I think, yesterday or today. Vanessa Porto coming in 22-9, taking on Alara Joani, coming in at 9-5. Porto, of course, is the former Invicta flyweight champ. Got some people watching right now. Keep in mind, the chat is open. If you want to say anything, you can feel free at any time. And then the last news event for today, this just got announced today, but Deep Osaka Impact 2021 goes down July 18th in Osaka. And they going to be 3 ladies bouts on this Deep card, all of them pro. Flyweight bout, Aoi Kuriyama taking on Hanano Kagaya. And then a minus 49 kilogram, which is like super atom weight, 108 pounds. Moe Suda taking on Tomoko Hida. And then at atom weight, Panakata Minori taking on Erin, I can't remember if that's Koya or Koga. So I didn't look up the records for these ladies. But anyway, that is your news for this week. Actually, that's like the past 2 weeks, news and fight announcements and whatnot. So that's it for the news. Let's move on into the rankings update. So I haven't done a full rundown of the various rankings in quite a while. So let's start with the UFC. These were released on May 24th. Carla Esparza and Yan Xiaonan switched places. And then Marina Rodriguez moved up 1 spot and Dern down 1 spot. I'm not sure what that one's based on, but it is what it is. No changes in flyweight. And then no changes at UFC bantamweight either. Then we move on to Bellator flyweight rankings. These took place after their last event. Vanessa Porto got moved down 1 spot to number 10 after Hannah Guy debuted at number 9 after defeating Valerie Lareda. Meanwhile, Valerie Lareda comes off a loss and keeps her spot at number 8. I don't know. Don't know what to say about that. Meanwhile, what was her name? Diana Avsarakova gets bumped off the rankings completely. And then at featherweight, no real changes. Leah McCourt moved up, or no changes after Leslie Smith lost to Cyborg, I should say. Leah McCourt moved up 2 spots, though, from 7 to 5, moving Sinead Kavanaugh down 1 and Janae Harding down 1 spot as well. McCourt, of course, defeated Harding via triangle choke submission at the last Bellator event, which was 259. And then one championship rankings. These haven't changed in quite a while, and probably won't until, One Empower gets rescheduled. Got Angela Lee, of course, as a champion. Denise Zamboanga at number 1. Monbo at 2. Aliona Rasohina at 3. Stamp Fairtex at 4. Mei Yamaguchi still clean on at number 5. And then in their strawweight rankings, of course, Xiong Jingnan is the champ. Tiffany Teo at number 1. Michelle Nicolini at 2. Now, Nicolini's set to challenge Xiong Jingnan as soon as One Empower gets rescheduled. Angela Lee, who has yet to pick up a single win in this division, is at number 3, which is a crime. Ayaka Miura at number 4, and then Jenna Lynn Olsen at number 5. Not sure when Olsen got ranked. So that is it for the rankings updates. So let's move on into the weekend preview. First up on Friday, I believe. Yep, Friday, June 4th at Brave, CF 51 has a strawweight bout. Anastasia Fiofanova from Russia taking on Sevday Turk, obviously out of Turkey. Don't even need Topology for this one. Let's see. Fiofanova coming in 7-1. Turk coming in at 4-0. Now, obviously, these are screwed up, these percentages here, because how can you have 75 and 75? But let me pull up Topology anyway. Looks like Fiofanova is the older fighter, 31 to Sevday Turk's 23. Looks like Turk's the elder, or excuse me, Fiofanova slightly taller, 5'7", 170 centimeters to 5'6", 167 centimeters for Sevday Turk. I'm not familiar with either of these fighters, so I'm not going to make a pick on this one. If you've never watched a Brave bout or a Brave event, they're very high quality as far as production goes. The matchmaking is usually done pretty well. As also like no real, squash matches or can crushing over in Brave. You can watch it. The website's down there, bravecf.com, and the instructions on how to watch should be there. This is actually the first ladies bout for Brave since pre-COVID. Once COVID hit, they took all their events to their home base of Bahrain, and that might be why. I can't say for sure why they didn't do any ladies bouts for a while. I have a feeling that's why. Bahrain is a Gulf state, so not exactly progressive when it comes to women's rights. Most of those nations aren't. So, but I can't. Again, that's just a hypothesis why they didn't have any ladies bouts. And this one's going down in Belarus, so Eastern Europe. And then Valor FC 83 goes down Friday night. Has 2 ladies bouts. First up at bantamweight, Morgan Hickam taking on Danielle Wynn. Hickam coming in 2-2. Danielle Wynn coming in 0-2. Let's see. Wins the elder fighter, 34-33 for Hickam. Hickham's the taller fighter, 5'7", 170 centimeters to Wynn's 5 feet 4 inch, 163 centimeters. Hickam has a reach advantage as well, 70 inches, 178 centimeters to Wynn's 67 inch, 170 centimeters. I'm going to take Hickam here. She's going to be the stronger grappler. She'll be stronger on the ground. But she is not going to want to stand with Danielle Wynn. I mean, from what I've seen of Danielle Wynn, does not want to stand with her. Very good kickboxer. And then at, what is this, bantamweight, Alexandra Bello taking on Christina Adcock. Let's see, Alexandra the Great Bello coming in at 1-1, coming off a loss in Icon. What was that, 2 months ago? Adcock coming in at 3-5, also coming in off a loss to Serena de Jesus 4 months ago in Valor. Let's see, Adcock's the elder fighter, 30-29 for Bello. Looks like Bello will be taller, 5'7", 170 centimeters to Adcock's 5'5", 165 centimeters. I'm going to go with the more experienced fighter here, Christina Adcock. I'm just more familiar with her, so she's the hometown fighter as well, because this is going down in Knoxville, Tennessee, and Adcock is a local there. She fights out of the Knoxville Martial Arts Academy. So we're going with Christina Adcock. Then LFA 109 goes down Friday night on UFC Fight Pass out of Shawnee, Oklahoma. One ladies bout at Flyweight. Jerica Trias taking on Kai Bennett. Trias coming in 1-0. Bennett coming in at 1-2. Trias coming in off a successful pro debut in LFA 3 months ago. Kai Bennett last fought for Bellator, coming in off a loss a little over 2 years ago. Let's see. Trias, the elder fighter, 28-23. She'll be the taller fighter as well, 5'6", 168 centimeters to 5'3", 160 centimeters. No reach listed on Tapology for Jerica Trias. Kai Bennett listed at 64-inch, 163 centimeters. I saw Trias's fight. I don't remember seeing any of Kai Bennett's fights, although they've all three been for Bellator. I'm not making a pick here. I just not familiar enough with these two. But that's LFA. Of course, it'll be on UFC Fight Pass. And then Saturday or late Friday night, early Saturday morning, Double GFC number 7 goes down. This should be available on YouTube. Just search for Double GFC. 2 ladies bouts. First up, a 120-pound catchweight bout. Hyunji John taking on Haein Kim. Let's see. John coming in at 3-4. Kim coming in 0-1-1. Now, John has lost her last 3 bouts. Most recently fought 10 months ago for Double G. Jumping about to Bohyun Park. Kim has not fought since going on 4 years now. 3 years, 10 months ago, she lost a split decision to Emiko Raika at Flyweight. Before that, she had a draw 4 years, 8 months ago. So, long time since she's fought. Kim is the elder fighter, 28-27 for John. She'll be the taller fighter by a bit, 5'6", 167 centimeters to 5 feet 1 inch, 155 centimeters. This could go either way. I mean, you got Hyunji John, who's coming in off a loss, but way more experienced, and whereas Kim has yet to taste victory and hasn't fought in a long time. So you could go either way on this one. A lot of the times when it comes down to a cute fighter taking on a more masculine female or a less femme fighter, I always go with the more masculine fighter. So I guess we could go with John, but like I said, this could go either way. And then continuing International Atomweight Month, we have the second of 3 Atomweight Championship bouts. Bo Hyun Park taking on Yerin Hong for the inaugural Double G FC Atomweight Championship. Both ladies coming in at 3-1. Park coming in off the win over Hyunji John 10 months ago for Double G. Hong last fought 3 months ago, coming in off a submission win at the Beast Championship. I don't have any stats available for Bo Hyun Park on Tapology. Yerin Hong is only 18 years old. She stands 5 feet 1 inch, 155 centimeters tall. Has a reach of 61 inch, 155 centimeters. This is an interesting one. I would say, I mean, they both have similar records. You could argue that, you know, Park has, or Bo Hyun Park has slightly better wins than Yerin Hong. Personally, I'm going with Yerin Hong to win this one. She's my pick to win this one and become the inaugural Double G FC Atomweight champion. Then also on Saturday, KSW 61 has a bout at, what is this being fought at? 118-pound catchweight. Karolina Avzars taking on Monika Kucinich. Avzars coming in at 3-1. Most recently coming off her first loss to Justina Haba 6 months ago. Kucinich coming in off a successful pro debut. She is 1-0. Fought for Brave a year and 4 months ago. Let's see. No age available for Kucinich. Avzars on the left-hand side there is 28 years old. Looks like she'll be the taller fighter, 5'6", 168 centimeters to 5'2", 157 centimeters for Kucinich. I'm going to go with Avzars here just by experience. You know, I think 2 of her 3 wins are by submission. Kucinich's win is by decision. So we're going to go with Karolina Avzars here just by the experience. I believe you can get this on paper. This is only pay-per-view. I believe you can get it on fight.tv if you'd like. Moving along, the final thing on Saturday is going to be UFC Vegas 28, a.k.a. UFC Fight Night. Rosenstrike versus Sakai. 2 ladies bouts. First up at Flyweight. Manon Fiorot coming in 6-1, taking on late replacement Tabitha Ricci, coming in at 5-0. Ricci, of course, replacing Marina Moroz, who pulled out of another fight. Not a good look for Moroz there. But anyway, the Beast, Fiorot, coming in at 6-1. BB Shark Ricci coming in at 5-0. Fiorot hasn't lost since her pro debut to Leah McCourt in 2018, coming off that UFC debut over Victoria Leonardo. Really impressed there. Tabitha Ricci is showing a lot of promise as a prospect. Here's the thing now. She's moving up from strawweight and has yet to face anybody with a winning record there. Fiorot's the elder fighter, 31-26. Much taller as well, 5'7", 169 centimeters to 5'1", 155 centimeters for Ricci. 66-inch, 168 centimeter reach for Fiorot compared to Ricci's 62-inch, 157 centimeters. This is Hello Perez. this is basically like Ricci's key into the UFC was taking this late replacement and basically selling a loss, I think, in order to get into the UFC. I mean, if I were her, I would not have taken this bout. I mean, she was going to be UFC bound anyway at some point, coming out of LFA, being undefeated. I mean, yeah, she basically sold a loss at this point to get into the UFC against Firo. Now, could she beat Firo? Possibly, but I mean, I think she's going to get hurt. And definitely a big possibility of her getting hurt. Perez asking, any news why Marina Moraes pulled out? None that I've seen. Probably an injury. Who knows at this point? I'll admit, I'm a Moraes fan, but man, she makes it really hard to be a fan sometimes with how often she's pulled out of different fights. Anyway, moving along up. No, this is still on the prelims as well. At Flyweight, Montana De La Rosa taking on the Queen of Violence, Ariana Lipski. De La Rosa coming in 11-6-1. Lipski coming in 13-6. De La Rosa coming in off a draw, majority draw over against Marita Bueno Silva 3 months ago. Lipski coming off a loss to Antonina Shevchenko. Was that 6 months ago? Let's see. Lipski's the elder fighter by a year, 27-26 for De La Rosa. De La Rosa slightly taller, 5'7", 170 centimeters to Lipski's 5'6", 168 centimeters. And slight reach advantage as well for De La Rosa, 68-inch, 173 centimeters to 67-inch, 170 centimeters for Lipski. This is one of those bouts, it's like both of them kind of need to win here. I mean, Lipski needs to pull up off, get a win back after dropping one. Whereas De La Rosa, she lost and then got a draw. And she's been kind of like alternating wins and losses here. For De La Rosa, I think the key is getting Lipski down and onto her back. I would say she's a better technical striker than Lipski. But Lipski's not afraid to just slug it out. I mean, that's why she's called the Queen of Violence. Whereas Lipski, she does not want to be underneath. She doesn't do well off of her back. I mean, Lipski just plain does not do well off of her back. So she'll want to, either keep it on the feet or try to get De La Rosa down herself. But I think if it goes to the ground, it goes to De La Rosa. If it stays on the feet, it's Lipski. But I'm thinking it goes to the ground. So that's why my pick for this one is going to be Montana De La Rosa. Probably by decision here. I'm going to go by decision. So that is it for the weekend preview. So few things I want to bring mention to. First up, Invicta dropped the names that will be participating for the Phoenix Series tournament. I was supposed to drop this video yesterday talking about it, but I'll try to drop it tonight or tomorrow morning. But good names, some good names and some okay names and some like one or two complete mysteries coming into this tournament. So we'll go from left to right. You got Paulina Granados, who's a decent name, decent fighter, making her Invicta debut. She most recently fought for Combate, I guess Combate Global now, but it was Combate Americas before. Been waiting for her to make her Invicta debut for a while. Then you got Tabitha Watkins, who is a teammate of Invicta Atomweight champ. What's her name? Alicia Zapatella. this one's a bit of a mystery to me because she's on a 3-fight losing streak. Then you got Lindsay Vanzant, who's a bit of an Invicta staple at atom weight. And I think, what is she? I'm trying to remember when she most recently fought. But she's also fought in Bellator and Pride. So Lindsay actually hasn't fought since she lost to Elise Zapatella last July, which would have decided. So she's actually been calling out Zapatella as well for a rematch. But so if she wins this, she gets a chance. Speaking of someone who wants a rematch with Elise Zapatella, you got Jessica Delbony there. Just lost to her in a split decision that I think just about everybody other than Elise Zapatella and her team thought Jessica Delbony should have gotten that decision. And then Katie Saul, the lone Canadian. She's fought for Invicta a few times, and I think she's also fought for King of the Cage as well. So Katie Saul last fought. Wow, she's coming off a loss too to Elise Anderson via split decision at Invicta 36. That was August of 2019. So Katie Saul is coming off a bit of a layoff. Then you have Linda. Is it Linda? Yeah, Linda Mihalik, F109. I think all of her pro bouts are with Invicta. Let me pull it up real quick here. So she's 2-1. She's coming off a loss to Jillian DeCourcy at Invicta 39 last February. So a lot of these ladies are coming in off of losses, right? I hadn't really noticed that before, but a lot of these ladies are really going to need the wins here. Then you got Jillian DeCourcy, of course. Lionheart. Invicta staple. I think all but one of her pro bouts. Oh, she has a couple pro bouts outside of Invicta. But she's definitely an Invicta staple, though. Last fought in December. She actually moved up in weight for that bout to fight Elise Reed at strawweight for the title. Didn't win, but last fought in Invicta in February of 2020 against Melinda Mihalik, picking up a win there at atom weight. And then Katie Perez is a total newcomer to Invicta as well. Let me pull up her record here real quick. The Makina Assassina is her nickname. She's fought at CFFC as well. And then, but she's like, was she 2-1 and on a 2-fight win streak? Last fought in October of last year, picking up a win over rear naked choke. And she's fought Jillian DeCourcy as well. Fought DeCourcy at CFFC 80 in November of 2019, losing to DeCourcy via TKO in the third round. That was a pretty good bout, too. I remember that one because, like, both of them had crazy hairstyles. So those are your participants for the tournament, the one-night tournament. Invicta hasn't announced the bouts yet, and they haven't announced any actual bouts yet. But the Invicta Phoenix tournament for the atomweights, I'm really excited for that one, and it's something that International Atomweight Month that I started could really use after losing one in power. So looking forward to that one. And that's next Friday. You can watch it on Access TV or YouTube. ARC returns next weekend. Hyunju Baek taking on Yoo-Jung Kim. If you're not familiar with ARC, I've covered a couple of their ladies' fights before. It's a partnership between Road FC and Africa TV, and which is a live streaming platform in Korea. And the bouts in ARC are slightly different. They're shorter rounds. Yeah, they're only like 3 minutes each, and like they have a weird bonus system set up where like if you get a finish, you get a certain amount in cash bonus. Whereas if you get a finish in the first 30 seconds, I think you get like $5,000 bonus, which it's a smaller promotion. That's actually a decent amount of money. The interesting thing about these ladies is that neither of them have a win. I think Hyunju Baek is like 0-4 or 0-5 at this point. And Yoo Jung Kim on the right-hand side there is 0-1, having only fought at a previous ARC event. So yeah, Hyunju Baek is 0-5. Yoo Jung Kim is 0-1. So somebody's O has got to go. And usually you say that against its two undefeated fighters, but this is the exact opposite. But somebody's O has got to go next weekend. That's next Saturday. Should be available on Africa TV. That's Africa, AFREECA.TV, or it might be africatv.co.kr. But the ARC bouts are fun to watch, just because the shorter format, and it really incentivizes fighters going for a finish just because they're shorter rounds. And then also next weekend is the start of the Open FC Women's Strawweight Grand Prix. Let me pull this up here. It's 4 ladies, so it's a short Grand Prix. Where is it? 6. Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't next weekend. This is on the 26th. Or is it? I think I pulled up the wrong one. Okay, this is next weekend on the 12th. Open FC 5. You have Ksenia Lechkova taking on Victoria Dudakova. I think that's the 2 end fighters there. And then, or no, that's these 2, I believe. And then Anna Rudenko taking on Marina Shutova, and I believe that's Shutova on the right hand there. So Lechkova's 10-6, and she's a 1 championship vet. Dudakova's 3-0. And then Anna Rudenko is 6-2, taking on Marina Shutova, who is 3-1. I believe this is going to take place over 2 events. I don't think this is a single day tournament, but always fun to see tournaments in MMA and strawweight. And the winner of this one ends up being the Open FC inaugural strawweight champion. So I think it'll end up being Lechkova versus Rudenko based on experience. And the thing is, I think, let me check here real quick. Yeah, Anna Rudenko last fought to a split decision win over Ksenia Lechkova at Guerrilla Fighting Championship 25 back in March of 2020. If you're not familiar with Guerrilla, Habib Nurmagomedov, former UFC lightweight champion, bought Guerrilla FC, and it is now Eagles FC. And I don't think there's going to be any ladies bouts in that one. So Open FC next weekend. If I find out how to view it, I will let you know next week. And then finally, of course, next Thursday is going to be PFL on June 10th. Clarissa Shields' pro debut taking on Brittany Elkin. This is a big one. I mean, main event, Shields versus Elkin. Big news. It is getting a lot of press, even a little bit of like mainstream and in the boxing press. So a lot of eyes are going to be on this belt to see if Clarissa Shields makes a successful pro debut in MMA after being a 2-weight undisputed champ in boxing. She's got to keep it on the feet here. I mean, Brittany Elkin is basically just a grappler as far as MMA goes, and she's like 3-6, I think. Yeah, she's 3-6, so not the greatest record, but All of her wins are on the, well, two decisions and one submission. But most of her time lately has been spent, pretty much all of last year, she did a bunch of pro submission grappling bouts. So we know what Brittany Elkin is coming in to do. She's coming in to take Shields down and submit her. Whereas Shields, we know what she wants to come in and do. She wants to keep it on her feet and strike it out. Big question is, can Elkins get it to the ground? Can Shields stop her from doing it? We'll have to see. I mean, we'll have to see. Anyway, that is all I really have for tonight. If I do the WMMA scene report next week, it will be on Wednesday because of PFL being on Thursday night. If I don't do the report next week, I'll still do a weekend preview. It'll just be on Wednesday. What's up, Jimmy Digital in the chat? I'm trying to do something big for episode 100 of, or not something necessarily big, but something special for episode 100 of the WMMA scene report. So I might skip another week just to try to get something put together for that. But either way, look for something to drop Wednesday night, whether it's a live stream or I might just do the weekend preview as a live stream and skip the WMMA scene report. We'll see. But anyway, that's all I really have for tonight. If you got any final questions, the chat is still open, so go ahead and drop them in the chat. While I look something up here real quick. Anyway, I'm going to do a little more thorough video on the Invicta Phoenix Series tournament participants. So look for that either later tonight or sometime tomorrow. Might end up being tomorrow because my throat's bothering me right now. But keep an eye on that. And have fun watching the fights this weekend. And if you haven't yet, if you like the stream, please give it a like. That helps the YouTube algorithm. If you're watching this on the replay, any thoughts, leave them in the comments down below. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.